3.
Asteroids visit the moon of Mars. There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on
2. 1.
Welcome back to Third Eye Open. I'm your host, Charles. I'm always joined by Vance.
Hey, what's up? Let's talk about these monoliths.
Yeah, man, this is something we've been talking about amongst ourselves for a while now, too, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Freaking, I'm sure by now everyone knows about it. I mean, it's been in mainstream news, so I mean, it's going to be interesting to talk about for sure.
Definitely, man. Let me get this up here real quick on the screen so we can get this started. Okay. All right. These are the monoliths here on Earth, right? That we're going to talk about first. There's been starting this whole controversy about everything, really. I mean, this is, I guess, something that was made to get people's mind off of the coronavirus and everything that's been going on lately. But I don't know. What do you think, bro? What do you think all this is about?
I mean, they're nice and shiny, to be honest, from what I'm seeing right now. But it's a weird phenomenon for sure. Like, it's definitely caught people's attention, and the one in Utah, it was found in California and Romania. Seems like the only like ones that are like actually creditable.
Yeah, they're the first three, to be
Yeah,
honest. I
the
mean, the
other, and
only
then
ones
you
that
heard like other ones that were like,
yeah, there's
fakes or
supposedly like
whatever.
40 or like I don't know how many by now, but I think at least 40 different ones that's popped up all around the
But these
world.
ones are like found around the same time, not around the same time, but like at different times, like and the weird numbers match up. I don't know if you know the numbers correctly, but in a weird way, they all like numeratically like line up. Like it's weird.
Yeah, like their longitude and latitude relate to each other.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
It's very interesting. Yeah, no, it's definitely something that a lot of people have been looking at and taking an interest in. Let's move on to the next one over here. Uh, this is the two wildlife personnel, park
Yeah,
rangers, I
supposedly
guess.
these were the first people that came up on it, and they're like, at first, I guess when I heard the story about it, they were just out there trying to find like some lost sheep herd, like random as fuck, and they
No, they
just
were
stroll
counting
upon
the
a
sheep,
freaking,
right? They
yeah,
were
they're trying to
counting.
count because like someone said that they lost their herd or whatever, and then they'd stroll upon this freaking 12-foot monolith that's embedded into the ground. And so, you know what? They see it from a sky viewpoint in a remote area in Utah in the rock areas, and like, yo, let's go check this out.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, no, man, it's weird looking. If you're just flying around there counting sheep, and you just see this thing there just pointing out of the ground, just like what?
yeah,
Like what's
yeah,
going on
and
there?
these guys do this like, every day. It's their job, like to be like they're on the regular, and then they come across this area that they see this weird structure in the ground, and they've never seen it, and it's in a spot where people don't just regularly go out there. So
Yeah,
it
it's a
makes it
very
really
remote
weird.
area, that's for sure. It's way out there. Uh, I've also heard people say like this might possibly be an actual uh, ancient temple. I don't know. It's pretty weird. There's kind of
It definitely
shaped right
looks
here.
weird. I mean, look how flat like the ground is, and then all around there's just huge rocks.
Supposedly, they're saying that where this monolith was, there should have been something else there in the middle uh, to go in this temple. I don't know. Look over here, though. It does look kind of, like there's
There's like a weird wet puddle there.
water
That's weird.
definitely came through here, but I don't know if water is gonna make that perfect, line right there to pour the water out,
Yeah, supposedly it
stream it
looks like
out.
a triangular shaped monolith, like, and the triangle is like pointing straight at that crack in the wall. So that kind of like
Oh, yeah, that's
raises
true.
eyebrows for sure. It's like, why is it pointed right there, and the wall is cracked, like this huge
Yeah.
ass rock is cracked in half.
No, these holes here too also look a little bit weird to me, you know? There's also some right over here on the left-hand side of the wall.
Yeah, I see that.
When you look at the pictures of the monolith in Utah, just for those people that are not watching the YouTube video, some people do watch this. Uh, I mean,
Right.
listen to it. Just listen to it. You know, you might be at work
Yeah.
listening to this, or I don't know, just hanging out. But
Yeah.
this
Yeah. It's
definitely,
definitely some interesting ass pictures, bro. And I would like
that's
to go
for sure.
check out Utah,
I
just
mean,
Utah itself. That's crazy ass
this
landscape they have out
looks,
there.
it looks like there might be something more to this little area right here. I don't know if I was somebody living around here at this time, way back in the day, I might want to camp out right here, live right here, use the walls as like a natural little house. I don't know. There might be some petroglyphs on the walls there. I don't know. This looks a
Supposedly
little
there is
weird.
like weird drawings on the wall that
I don't know
after
if
a
that's
while
recent or
they
if,
did
yeah,
take a look at the surrounding areas, and they did see some weird drawings on the wall and stuff. So that also rises speculation of like, wow, this kind of lines up with ancient kind of stuff going on
yeah. And I
here.
think it was Richard Hoagland that's gonna have somebody go out there, a scientist or professor go out there and actually investigate this site. Even though the monolith is not there anymore, I don't think that's what the importance of this site was, this monolith. I think it was the actual site itself.
I think these monoliths, yeah, probably are just like a checkpoint or like something that reminds them of this area that it's hid there, like
Hmm.
it's a sacred area. Who knows? Like, or I mean, it's crazy, but they're popping up
There's
everywhere.
another
It's
view.
oh, that's a nice picture.
Yeah, that's through the crack right
I
there.
like that one.
That's pretty cool. I found that one online. It was pretty nice. But it just gives you this feel, and you also can see the point as you were talking about earlier. It's pointing straight to that crack, that crevice. You know,
Yeah.
the tip of the triangle. So yeah, now it's gone. Now it's not there anymore. Just like a lot of the other monoliths popping
Yeah,
up all
that's
over the
weird that
place.
there's a stack of rocks there though now.
Yeah, right. It's a little weird that they would just come here and leave this piece and
It's
stack
like
up
a
some
triangle.
rocks.
Look at that. It's like a triangle rock piece. What? That's weird.
I think that might have been like the top or the bottom part of it, and they just left it there. You know.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, some of these were actually destroyed by people. Like they drove thousands of miles to these monoliths. I think the one in California, uh, for example,
Yeah.
and they were chanting a whole bunch of obscene things
Yeah.
while they
Wow.
were tearing down this monolith. And I feel like that's just ignorance, man. I mean, really, what do you think this is going to do? Like, are they scared of this monolith? You know, like, is it gonna make people stop going to church? I don't think so. You know, but what?
No, no. I mean, I don't think it has to do anything with that. It's if anything, we need to explore and find out what the hell it is and expand on it. Like
uh,
it's some interesting stuff going on, and they're throwing it out there and all under this COVID blanket. You know what I mean? Like we always be saying, like,
Under the cover of COVID, right?
yeah. But I mean, this shit, like, it's out there. They want it to be
Yeah,
out there. They're like slowly leaking it out to us
yeah.
in weird ways.
That's a good segue into this now. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick, and you guys can get a feel of what we're going to start talking about next. Because I feel that these monoliths here on Earth are just the beginning. You know, and as you were saying, they're leaking this out, and they've been leaking this out for a very long time. And let's go ahead and listen in on good old Buzz.
Habitation on the moon. We can visit other people with their habitation. We can keep track. If there's something very important to be developed from the moon, I'm not sure what it is right now. And I sure think we should identify what it is for America to make such gross expenditures again for human habitation on the moon. We can help. We can join with. Together, we can explore the moon and develop the moon. We should go boldly where man has not gone before. Fly by the comets, visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars. There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on this little potato-shaped object that goes around Mars once in 7 hours. When people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there? Who put that there? Well, the universe put it there. If you choose, God put it there.
So that's some pretty interesting things there, man. He was the second man to walk after Neil Armstrong on the moon. And he supposedly witnessed aliens on the moon and a whole bunch of stuff, man. A whole bunch of controversy around the moon landing altogether. But we're going to talk about something different that he's talking about now. You know, he was talking about having everybody united and go to the moon and start habitating the moon.
Yeah, I like the way he put that. Like, he made it seem like I guess in a friendly way. He said, like, everyone get together and we have to work together. If we want shit to work, everyone has to put their, thoughts together. And, scientists have to work together to expand and
Definitely
put their two minds together,
We have to bounce ideas off of each other. Science doesn't work closed off from each other. It only works if you're able to bounce ideas off of each other, and then that can segue into something much better than it would have just been if you were talking to yourself.
Exactly.
Just talking to your buddy about it. If you had a whole group of people,
I think that's what he was trying to explain too. Like,
we could do this if we're all together. We can do this, no problem.
And
I do it together.
I think that's what's happening, like, right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to slowly leak out what's going on behind closed, doors or whatever, behind the curtains. And, we've heard these alien galactic confederations that they're talking about. Confederations.
Not confederations, bro. Federation.
Federation
is straight.
But I'm getting excited. But
I mean, who wouldn't be? Well, apparently the whole world isn't. Nobody cares. Everybody just cares about wearing their masks right now. Yeah.
And it's just a weird coincidence that they're talking about all this stuff, and we're over here just worried about other things when we can actually, well, I don't know. I'm not a scientist or, an astronaut or nothing, but it would be cool to know more. We're not over here just trying to work.
I know, definitely, man.
Work for a living. I mean,
that's what they have us doing. Just working day in and day out and not looking up. Nobody looks up at the stars. Nobody cares, really.
See, that's that. I look at the stars every night, bro. Like,
yeah.
I walk outside and the first thing I do is I just look up and I always see some weird shit. Maybe it's a satellite, maybe it's not, but you were here like not too long ago and we saw that shit, like two of them right back to back.
I know. I just want to point this out to everybody. Vance's house is perfect, like, to see Mars. Like, it lines up perfectly right in front of us.
Oh yeah, I saw today.
It just lines up every day, like right there, just whoop, right in front of your house.
Isn't
right
that
there.
funny? They were talking about all this planet shit.
Yeah,
and today's the great. What is it? What is it called?
It's gonna be Saturn, and what is it? I think
the Great Conjunction. That's what it is. The Great Conjunction.
Yeah, it's gonna make the North Star. I forget what two planets it is exactly.
The Bethlehem Star, something like that. Too.
Yeah, where it's the star that led the wise men to Jesus when he was born.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. It has a lot of history, and it only comes what every 800 years or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it changes up. It might change up, but I know it's been 800 years since the last one, and that was Jesus's birth, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. I don't know. But up
I didn't
here,
wake up with any superpowers, but supposedly some people did.
yeah, right. That would be awesome,
That would be dope.
man. Be crazy, man. So, guys, this is gonna be a Phobos that we're taking a look at now. This is Mars. Mars's one of Mars's moons, and it has this weird shape, as Buzz Aldrin just recently referred to in the video. Potato shape has this like big chunk right here, like almost if it was looks almost like a jet engine to me. You know, like this weird little entryway right here, and then
That looks like a big ass meteor or something hit it. Man,
yeah, it's a big crater, that's for sure. And they would assume, from what I was reading, that this is like area that's newer as opposed to all of this other darker area, which is older. That's what this picture shows right here. So this is newer area, like new dust underneath that's exposed, and that's older. So I guess this would be relatively new. That crater, I don't know how new,
that's
but
weird.
this thing has, as Buzz Aldrin just referred to it as, a monolith right here. And we're gonna look at that in more depth right now. So there it is right there.
Right there
A
next to
little
that
bit closer.
crater.
Just take a look at that shadow right there. Think about how big this thing must be to cast this shadow. Big enough so that you can see it through a
Oh
satellite.
yeah, you can see the shadow and you can see the actual structure kind
Hmm.
of.
Yep, it's still kind of hiding, and it's just right out of sight. But you can see like some shape to it, and I don't know, it's just, and then you see this. This doesn't look like this. But apparently it's some kind of a spire, or I don't know.
That's what's interesting about these monoliths and why we're talking about it. I mean, we're seeing these on Earth all over, whether some of them are fake or
This
not. But these are real pictures of the what did you say, the space Hubble or what is it called? Phobos.
Phobos, yeah. This is
And
real
they're
pictures of
taking
Phobos.
pictures, real pictures of these things, and obviously it's a weird different shape. Like you see a whole bunch of craters and stuff, and like it looks like a dirt desert or whatever.
Mhm.
But then you see this big structure, like rectangle. It kind of looks like a rectangle from the photo.
It looks like a
And
giant chair from this view. Like like this is the
that would be
armrest right
crazy.
here.
That would be crazy. Just a
I don't know if you
freaking big
guys know
ass
Rick and
throne.
Morty. This is where Rick goes to take a shit.
Oh, he talks about the monolith on the moon on the.
No, no, no. He just
Oh,
goes to he has his own planet where he goes to go take a shit, bro. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go take a shit. He shoots a portal. He goes to a completely uninhabited planet to take a shit. A random toilet in the middle of like some crazy looking planet.
see, you're invested in Rick and Morty. I'm not that invested.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome.
What's this
There's
one? The
another
same
view. It's the
picture?
same,
What
same.
same monolith? I mean,
Yep, on Phobos. We're still on Phobos.
just weird shape, and there's like
Man,
rocks around it, like if it was just like thrown in there, like just like injected into the freaking surface of Mars. It's
and
like
it does look
really
like that,
weird.
right? Like it just came and just plotted itself down right
Like
there.
I'm gonna be here regardless of what the fuck's under me. I'm going here,
Look
and
at
that one looks
this.
like a square, like rectangle shape for sure.
Yeah, look at this. Bigger and bigger and bigger right here, and here you can kind of see. I don't know. Like you just see some details right there. Some lines going up, like
That's
maybe like
on.
a
Remember,
hole
this
right
is
there.
on the moon of Mars.
Yep, moon of Mars, Phobos. And then the other one is called Deimos. But I don't think there's anything on that one. This is the only thing I could dig up. But this thing, and you could just tell like the area around it just looks disturbed.
Kind of like how
Like
the
it just.
monoliths looked in the photos that we had up earlier of the ones in California, Utah, and
Mm-hmm.
what
Yep.
was the other one? Sweden?
And Romania,
Romania.
Utah, California, and Romania. Hmm. Here's another view of it. Again, this is I think an older picture, but you can see clearly that this thing
That's an older
casts
picture,
a
but
huge,
that's what
huge
Buzz's
shadow.
Aldrin was talking about.
Hmm. Yep. He definitely knew a lot of things, and probably most of these things he didn't speak about, but some things he could speak about. And this right here was one of them. And this is something physical that you can go and look at. Anybody can go and look this up online. Anybody, just research Mars moon monolith, and this will pop up. I mean, look at this
It's talked about very shortly, and
rectangular monolith.
in the mainstreaming, it's talked about very shortly. It's kind of like brushed off the shoulder, like it's not that serious. We'd rather talk about other problems that outrage people, I guess, and we don't talk about this when it should be. I mean, there's other. I mean, maybe not exactly this, but we want to be like more exploratory and have our third eye open, I guess you would say,
More
right?
explorative, yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have this
explorative.
open. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. We definitely
And
want to expand on
I
that.
feel like it's just like I feel like targeted, like we're not getting. We need more information about this shit. I mean, I
We
guess we
definitely need
could. I mean,
some stuff declassified. You know what I mean? We need a lot more to research, a lot more to something just we can get our hands on. And just read it. Absorb it, figure it out. With maybe like a video of this up close. Send a rover there or a drone or something. You know what I mean? And just get up close and see what it is. At the very least, it's going to be something geologically worth studying. At the very least, some crazy rock. But this thing looks crazy. I mean,
that's
I
a
don't
crazy
think.
like 3D video, like surface. I mean, picture.
Yeah, these are. Look at this. It looks weird, man. Looks like it almost has something etched on the side. But it almost looks like something just came across right here and just walked along. Like it's just. And the next one we're going to talk about
That's a cool picture.
is on Mars. On Mars, there's a monolith and so much more. So
Yeah,
much
for
more that
real.
we're not even going to get into, but we're going to get into a little bit of it. Just a little sprinkle of Mars in this one. Let's see. There's the monolith on Mars right there. It looks,
I haven't
to
seen
me, it
any of
looks a little bit
these.
thinner, you know? The other one was a lot thicker, definitely. Looks like a huge rock. This looks like a tablet almost, but just giant. It looks more like an obelisk from Egypt. There's a little closer view. See, it looks almost like a bread shape to me. You know what I mean?
Definitely like a flat,
Hmm.
almost just like a
Yeah,
wall
like a
standing
tablet.
up.
Yeah, like a stone tablet or something, but just huge. Because for it to cast a shadow and you see it from space, that shit has to
That's
be pretty
pretty
big.
impressive. Yeah.
It's a little bit cleaner picture. That shadow, it's huge.
Yeah, I feel like these pictures don't do justice. Like
Of
going like
course not,
Europe
bro.
to see up in person, like,
Hmm.
ooh, that thing will be big.
And it'd be the size of a skyscraper, man, just right there in front of you. It'd have to be to have that shadow, see it from space.
Bro, when I was listening to the podcast you told me to listen to, they were talking about the buildings in freaking New York were like monoliths.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it that way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's talking about Clyde Lewis. Clyde Lewis on Ground Zero, guys. I'm pretty sure a lot of you, if you listen to this, you've listened to that. This is just getting started. He's been doing that for 30 years. You know, he's definitely into it. He's into all this. He knows way more than anybody I've ever met.
He definitely opened my mind. I was like, whoa, that's some
I'm
shit.
glad you finally started listening to
I was
him.
like, wow, this is crazy. But
Yeah, man.
it was pretty interesting. It wasn't just like bullshit stuff. It was like facts too.
Yeah, no, he definitely comes out with stuff sometimes, even before the news comes out with stuff. He's somebody that I definitely look to for a lot of my information, and somebody that I look to for inspiration when it comes to making this podcast and making it better. You know,
Right. Yeah.
but you guys could definitely go check him out. Ground Zero. He's on the radio. He actually got kicked out of his studios because he does talk about this controversial stuff, and a lot of people don't like that. So let's support him and get him back out there. And they're doing pretty good. They're building everything back up again. But go support him, Clyde Lewis at Ground Zero, and you guys won't regret it.
Yeah, he's helped us out with a lot of this information too, and like you said, inspired us to talk about this stuff right here that we're talking about today. Monoliths and a whole bunch of space shit that
Yeah.
can somehow in the future it's gonna come back and not, I wouldn't say bite us in the butt, but it's like it's gonna hit reality and it's gonna be like, yo, come on, like we should have known a little bit more about this instead of just throwing it at our face. We should have been taught this a while ago.
For sure, man. This should
And,
be
and it's
something.
hard to even explain because, we don't know.
We should have invested more in going to these places. Like this right here, everybody knows this, the face, right? But not everybody knows that there's questionable things around the face, which only adds to the fact that the face is actually something. It's not just a trick of the light. You know what I mean? This
Yeah, that actually looks like a face.
yeah, right here for sure, without a doubt. This is the left side, which is well, I have a theory which I'll go into later, but this other side over here is something else. It's not a human face, but this side right here is the human face. But I mean, look at this right here, man. This could be a structure like on top of this, because this has nothing on top, nothing. But this looks like they cut stuff out from right here and over here and started building something. This is another mound over here, like a volcano, it looks like. But over here we have the pyramid, the DNM pyramid. This thing right here looks insane.
It's a bunch of little triangles and pyramids and little things
Yeah,
going
and
over
over
here.
here's
Like,
the
it's
city.
definitely a great picture of a lot of speculation you can come up with here and
hmm Without a doubt,
talk
man.
about. I mean,
Over here, this right here is called the fort. I have a close-up picture of this. There's another pyramid here, pyramid there, pyramid here. There's some little mounds that are almost eerily the same all over the place around here. Then you got the city square right there. And let's see if we can get a closer view. There we go.
possibly be a little
Yeah,
city going on there,
yeah. There's the
having
city square.
parties and shit, on
hmm
Mars.
There's a pyramid. There's another pyramid right there. Look at the shadow it casts, bro. My God.
They're
Like,
probably huge as fuck.
look at that shadow right there. And they're
I
gonna
would
say
love to
that's
go
not a
see the
fucking
freaking
pyramid, bro.
the pyramids in Egypt. Like they say, it's huge as
hmm
fuck, bigger than skyscrapers. Like there's
Without
no
a doubt,
explanation. I
bro.
want to see that. Like it's like looking at it like a freaking structure of rocks, right? As big as a mountain. I
That
would I would have
we
assumed.
made. You know what I mean? That we made
Yeah,
brick by brick, stone by stone. It's crazy, man.
that would be crazy to see,
This is
bro.
supposedly the fortress. I mean, just look at this right angle right here. Like,
Supposedly there's mountains hidden right here on the in America, right?
well, what mounds?
Like there's mountains that are in shapes of like pyramids here in America that we've
Yeah,
as
supposedly.
speculation that is possible.
I have to do more research on it, but I mean, we have there's stuff that definitely is not public knowledge. Like people don't really look into it or care about it. They just drive by it every day and just it's just something that's there. They don't even know what it is or care about it. But if we were to excavate these things and actually look into it, I think we'd find that there was a lot more going on here in the Americas than we thought back in the day.
Probably, I believe so. That's why we're probably here right now.
Hmm. This over here looks pretty weird too. It's like just some rounded formation right here, like a dome structure over here. Has like a foundation almost to it. And you can also see the foundation over here of the pyramid. See that square? And then the top of the pyramid right here goes
Yeah,
down. The
definitely can see.
shadows covering up the other side of the pyramid.
It's a
This
weird
one
shape.
was a
Doesn't it look
pyramid too.
exactly like the pyramids that would be in Egypt and Giza, the Great Pyramids of Giza?
I mean, it kind of does, bro. I mean, look at this.
I mean, like a
One,
different shape.
two,
Definitely big
three.
ass pyramids.
City
Maybe it could be
square.
because like the sand and whatever's on Mars could be
This could be
fucking
another
up
pyramid. Look,
fucking up the structure.
there it is right there. Three pyramids. Could even be one, two, three, four, five. All right there. It looks like there was something there, man. Like there's something to this, for sure, without a doubt. I mean, this is crazy. Look at this fortress over here. I don't know what's going on right here.
Looks like a triangle and like almost like a freaking crescent moon with like a circle in the middle of it or something.
Yeah, right here, right? That's a circle in the middle.
Yeah, it's really weird, bro.
What I don't understand is why didn't we drop our rover right there? Why couldn't we do that? Why couldn't we
Right there
drop
in the
it
middle.
like right there and just have it drive up and look at all this shit? Just oh my God, look at that. Oh
Maybe
look,
they
we just rolled
have,
up on
but
an ancient tank on Mars or some petrified person on Mars or something. I don't know. If this is stuff that we could recognize ourselves, who's to say that it wasn't from actually ancient Egypt? You know? What if they had the ability to go there? And ancient Egypt is a lot older than we think it is. You know? This
could
is
be.
the face on Mars, 1976, 1998, and 2001. Now this image right here is one that I looked into more detail. There's some theories on this too, that this right here is a lion's face, and this right here is the human side of the face. In the book of Ezekiel, it references this when he gets taken up to get taught by the gods. He and the angels and stuff. He references like it's red and there's palm trees, and in between every palm tree there's cherub. He has multiple faces, uh, and those faces also included a human's face and a lion's face. It's pretty interesting, man.
That's crazy, bro.
It's kind of scary too, when you find these biblical places on another planet. You're like, what? I
Yeah.
don't know. Look at this. I drew this so you guys can see a little bit better. These are the little outlines I was able to draw on here. Show you the lion's face, his little ear up here. Comes down right there. But it looks like it was deliberate. Like they knew that this right here was going to cast a shadow to make it look like a person's face to get us to come look at this. Because this is, I think every time we see this, it's all covered in a shadow. First few pictures we got of it.
That's pretty insane, bro. That's a pretty cool picture. Weird ass structure on the face of Mars right there.
And just the fact that it's around the other weird ass structures, like just the 3 or 4 minute drive from it. If we're driving on Mars,
Right.
it's crazy, man. And this is the DNM pyramid on Mars. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided pyramid. We don't have a 6-sided pyramid here on Earth. At least I don't think so. Not that
Just
I know
three,
of.
right? Just three sided one.
Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 8-sided, to be honest, because it's like the sides go in on each other. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. The
What?
Great Pyramid actually has like you could see shadows of it, and you can see like that it's actually like in like each side is in, so it's each side is divided into two. It's it's weird. It's
That
weird.
is weird.
Yeah, it's and you only see it in a specific time when the shadows are just right. You can take a picture of it, I think from the sky, and you can see that it's eight-sided. This one is six-sided. I think that was I think that's more difficult to make. Get those angles. Those angles are perfect.
Yeah, that is pretty odd. What the fuck?
It's crazy, man. Imagine just like if this was an alien base or something. Imagine seeing it like when it was first made. Must have looked crazy. And now, believe it or not, guys, I actually was able to find out that there was a monolith on Mercury.
Why the
Right there.
hell is there a monolith on Mercury?
The first planet in our solar system, the closest planet to the sun. This place is extremely hostile to us.
Yo, that shit hotter than Florida, believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah, right. I wouldn't imagine it's just anywhere else is hotter than Florida, but damn, this place is hot. Now, this is the picture that they found the monolith at.
It looks like a regular old picture with
Right there.
some craters and shit.
Yeah, right.
The
This
whole
right
freaking
here
planet.
looks like some giant worm's gonna come out of it and just start like trying to grab a spaceship like in Star Wars or some shit. I also think it's weird that there's, stuff in the middle of these craters. Like, how the fuck did that happen? Especially that one. Look at that one. I haven't
Yeah, that
zoomed
is
in on
kind of
that yet,
weird.
but that looks crazy as hell. Like, I don't think if anything smashed into it, I don't think there's gonna be a piece of it left right there, just chilling.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, but this monolith is right here. Look at that. Nice little fucking square rectangle right there. And
Huge
there's
rectangle.
another picture. What the fuck is this doing there? Big ass monolith, bro. On Mercury. A hostile place to us and to life as we know it. You know? It's pretty crazy, man. And this is it right here. It's this little rectangle right there. It's a little weird.
How'd they get that picture, bro?
It must have been there for a long ass time that you can't even make out the outline of it. You can just only make out the fucking shadow. And the shadow goes along with all of the other shadows around it, consistent with this being bigger than everything else around it and it casts a shadow down. It's pretty crazy. I mean, to even build that there would be a grand achievement. That hostile environment, anything that we have just melts whenever it goes there.
Shit. I don't know. That's a weird ass. It's a perfectly square structure. Not comparable to like a regular just like rock shape or a crater in the earth. So it's definitely raises eyebrows to what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? But definitely, man. I mean, maybe these things were left there for us to go reclaim them for some reason.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer.
Maybe they have knowledge for us to attain or something. I'm not too sure, but they're definitely stuff that I think we need to go and investigate, as Buzz Aldrin would say, and find out what these things really are. Are they really just rocks that are in the ground? Or are they just a natural formation that's extremely rare and weird? Or was it something that we made a long time ago and we left it behind? Or was it something that somebody else left behind for us? These are all questions that we need answered. We need to push to answer these questions. And if our government knows, then they should tell us. If they don't know, then we should be making moves and steps with everybody else, trying to figure out what these things are, what it's all about. I think it's very important to mankind.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Freaking, we want to, I guess like saying third eye open is like a joke in a way, but in reality, we really want it to be like a thing that people are comfortable with. I guess like in a way, we're helping normalize it. That's how I want it to be. I don't know about anybody else, but
Definitely.
we don't want it to be a problem.
Like if you go and you meet somebody for the first time, and you for me example, if I go meet somebody for the first time and they look like a regular person, or I want to impress them or something, I'm not going to talk to them about aliens. They're going to think I'm crazy. I'm not going to talk to them about the monolith on Mercury. They're going to be like, what, this guy is like smoking some shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But these are topics and things that I'm very passionate about, and I believe in a lot of them. And there's proof for them right here by NASA. It's not fake. It's right there.
Published
Uh,
picture by NASA. Yeah.
mhm. We definitely, like you said, need to make people aware of these things. Need to make people more comfortable about talking about these things. And with that, I think that wraps everything up, man. This was a good ass episode, and
Yeah, bro.
you guys need to keep that third eye open. See
Third
you
eye
guys next week.
open. All right, bro.
Later.